Mike here. Welcome to Yukon Scout Restoration. My video bumpers details the restoration of the original bumpers for my 1966 International Scout 800. If you would like to help, please subscribe to my channel. Let's get to work. So here's the two bumpers for my 1966 Scout. They're all bent up, rusty. You're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time straightening them out. This one here still has, this is the front one, it still has the license plate bracket on it. I have to take that off. And there's two plates welded on here. I'm going to remove them. They were just there for some lights or whatever mounted on there. So I took the two bumpers from the Scout outside, stripped all the paint and rust and everything off them, and now I've brought them back inside, and I'm going to continue with the restoration of these bumpers. They're not completely stripped, but they're pretty well stripped. So these four holes here are for mounting the bumper. This is the back bumper. These two holes here, I will fill them in. They were for a trailer hitch. There's a lot of holes. There's two holes here for the license plate bracket, but it appears to be on the wrong side of the vehicle. There's a bunch of holes on the other side that we don't need. I'll have to fill most of these holes in, although we may need a hole for a backup light. Over here is the front bumper. Here, like I said, it's not completely stripped clean because some places were hard to get at. So it's pretty badly bent up. Going to require quite a bit of bending, hammering, straightening. Straightening a short twist close to the end of the bumper. Stripped it down to bare metal, heated it, hammered it, pressed it, twisted it, done all those things for a whole day to get it reasonably straight. Now I'm going to continue with the same rear bumper. So let's get to work. So here it is, the rear bumper. You can see it's not wobbly, it's straight, reasonably straight. But I have to fine tune these flanges, get them more straight. I've also, when I was straightening it, to relieve the stress, I had to cut. So I made 3 cuts here and a cut here. So this is the bottom. These are the mounts, mounting brackets. They need to be cleaned up, taken down the bare metal. They bolt here and here. And then this being the bottom here would go like this. It's a long process, but it works. So now I have the bumper clamped down to the bench in 3 places. I'm going to weld these 4 slots that I cut for relief. So because of the shrinkage that will occur when I weld those up, I'm going to put these little pieces of flat bar into each slot, hammer them in to each slot, and then weld it up, and then leave it to let it cool slowly so I don't get any distortion. Basically, they're just tacked. Right now, I'm just going to cut off these little flat bars that I put in there with a zip cut. You probably noticed I'm wearing safety goggles for that. Okay, now I'm ready to weld that up. I did this at the end of the day because I want to just leave it clamped in the bench. So this has to cool off slowly on its own. These are the bumper brackets. This one has a crack in it that I'll weld. I have to grind it out a bit, weld it on both sides of the crack. cutting the steel plates off the front bumper. You don't want to cut too much. You don't want to damage the bumper. You want to touch the original steel. So there it is, cut off, and we didn't damage. This job involves a lot of heating, hammering, pressing, bending, twisting, meticulously for hours and hours. Of course, you can just buy a bumper, or you can build a bumper. Far cheaper than restoring this old one. But my mission is to make these old parts new again. In order to bend that, we have to move that metal a lot. So if we do it too fast, we'll tear the metal. So we gotta get the good heat and just do it gently. Somebody brazed some washers onto these torn bumper mounting holes. So I'm just going to heat it up enough to where it's wet. I'll just brush it away. Just contaminate my weld. There we go. I'll never get it all. Get most of it. See, the washer just fell right off there. Really nasty bend. Some downward pressure with this come along and heat these kinks and hammer and dolly them at the same time. Let's do it. There's a kink in the bumper. So I made this tool out of a kingpin and a piece of 1-inch square solid steel, and it just fits the groove perfectly. So you can see here where the kink is, it rocks, right? And here, actually the kink is right here because it rocks right here and here. So I'm going to hit this and hit it repetitively until I get the kink out. And I'm also going to hit across the web. So I'm going to hit everything. I'll hit the sides a bit too. Of course, we've got quite a bit of relief in the sides now that I've opened up those damaged bolt holes. So I'm still working on this bumper. It's quite a bit straighter, but it has a very long way to go. So right now I'm just getting the flanges, both flanges reasonably straight before I go to the next stage of the job. So I'm just heating and hammering. Got it straightened out quite a bit. So now I'm just filling these holes and cracks in the bumper. And you can see they've just been basically ripped right out. There's one there. We're just going to weld them up and grind them. And then go back to straightening. These are the same two bumpers that I started straightening 2 weeks ago. It was a lot of work, but I'm really happy to have two original bumpers that are almost as good as new. I will coat them with CRE 321 epoxy primer. Then, after finishing, they will get painted with Alpine White, the same color as the travel top and the wheels. See you next week. If you like watching my videos, please help me by subscribing to Yukon Scout Restoration. Mike Morrow, over and out.